Hey guys, my name is Garrison Smith, and today I will be doing my presentation over the history of New Mexico State University. 130 years is a lot of time for something spectacular to happen. Speaking of this, New Mexico State University has been around for 130 years, dating back to 1888 when it was first founded. Between then and now, many spectacular things can happen. For myself, I just enrolled here last semester. It's my first year here. And I've noticed a lot of interesting things that have been going on in the university, such as A Mountain to the Aggie Fight Song, just things like that. I've heard many things about this university and decided to dig into it for y'all today. My speech will be about the traditions, the past of New Mexico State, and how it came to be, and what the university is like today. Information like this can be used to know when, why, and where we do stuff here at New Mexico State. So basically, New Mexico State was founded as a land-grant college in 1888 under the Morrill Act. At first, it was not a legitimate place to learn, not a legitimate university, until Las Cruces College, its name was used before New Mexico State, merged with New Mexico College of Agriculture and Mechanical Arts. This school merged and took the Mechanical Arts name, and on January 21st, 1890, along with 35 students, this university started its first day of class. New Mexico State was on its way to becoming one of the most flourishing universities, but first it needed something for these students to gain life off, such as traditions. One tradition in particular is A Mountain. A Mountain was started by the New Mexico State students in 1920 when they needed a way to paint the school's symbol, which was an A at the time, on campus, just to signify who they were. On April Fools at Tortugas Mountain, a few miles off of campus, the students gathered rocks, paint, everything white they could find, hiked up the mountain, and basically made a huge A on the mountain to where you could see it from campus. The Victory Bell. This Victory Bell was gifted to the class of 1939 and was first used in 1940. On game days, groups of students are elected to ring this bell around campus, and at the end of the day, before football games, it ends up at Memorial Stadium for it to be rung for victory, touchdowns, any type of points, any kind of triumphant victory for the Aggies. The Noche de Luminarias. This is a day that signifies the end of semester for students. Basically, about 6,000 to 7,000 candles will be lit this year. This was started back in 1984 to signify the end of the semester for students. So yeah, basically this was a cool way for the students to signify or celebrate the end of the semester. Traditions were one of the most fun things about the university. It gave life to the students, the community, and over time, these traditions, they've gotten bigger, and they've also changed with the university itself. So I'll be talking about New Mexico State today. The athletics. Athletics at New Mexico State have grown bigger over the past decade in particular. Football has been making big moves, made its first bowl game last year, and actually won it for the first time in 54 years. Basketball and baseball also make it to the NCAA tournament, which is really big, biggest tournament in the nation. And this was all just last year, so we're looking forward to the season this year. The new buildings and dorms, well, not the new ones, but the newer ones on campus. We started off with 2 buildings in Las Cruces College and back in 1888 whenever it was first founded. Now we have over 50 buildings on campus for education use, food, anything like that. Also, a new $21.5 million residence hall is being built for the freshmen next year, which is really exciting. Should be up by next year. Yeah, so and another impressive building on college is the Bureau College of Osteopathic Medicine, which is located just right off of campus, but is still considered on campus. The Greek life today for New Mexico State. Greek life has been getting really big over the recent years. Zeta Phi Beta just had a s'mores night the other night to raise money for cancer, just doing good stuff like that. Raised like $10,000, I believe, for the whole university, which is big for one sorority to do. Some examples of sororities are the Zeta Phi Beta, Kappa Delta Chi, and some fraternities are Omega Delta Phi and Sigma Chi. Basically, these are used to raise money, raise awareness, and just have fun on university, kind of just start stuff for students to do while they're on campus. So that's basically all I have to say for this presentation. New Mexico State didn't seem like too much of a big deal around here until I really dug into it. And if you can dig into it, you can really understand what the university is about whenever you're enrolling or anything. Hopefully my audience has gained knowledge about when, where, and why on campus everything is. And New Mexico State, to me, is the best college in the state and one of the most interesting. This is what I believe, but that's for you to decide. Thank you for listening.